Join us today as we explore the 007 Bond Museum at Dezerland Park. As you walk through the front doors of Dezerland Park, you look to your right and you see the 007 Bond exhibit. There's also a 007 Bond bar and restaurant, and as you walk through the restaurant toward the back, you come to the museum entrance. This museum has the movies in chronological order. It all started in 1962 with Dr. No, and it goes on from there. So many of these movies we have seen multiple times. There are a total of 26 James Bond movies. As we walk through looking at these cars and the movie props, we could almost hear in our minds the theme songs because we have seen these so many times. The museum boasts as the largest collection of James Bond vehicles in the world, along with an impressive array of costumes, props, and memorabilia from the films, original props, vehicles, and costumes. This whole museum's display was very impressive, and I am going to make a list of all the 26 James Bond movies and the years they came out in the description of this video. For James Bond fans, this museum is a chance to relive some of the most memorable moments from the movies. It would seem that Michael Dezer was not only an avid car collector, he was quite the James Bond collector as well. I guess if you're a billionaire, you can collect whatever you want, including airplanes from movies. The name is Bond, James Bond. Everyone remembers that line. So everything in this room is James Bond memorabilia, all kinds, anything you can think of, it's here. This James Bond section is amazing. In this particular part of the museum, which was in the back, there was many glass cases filled with all kinds of memorabilia and collectibles from James Bond. They had movies and toys. They even had soda cans and 2-liter soft drink bottles, along with lunch boxes and anything and everything you could think of. It was there. So it's cases and cases of everything from James Bond. You could really spend hours and hours in here looking at all of this stuff. It's incredible. If you ever get the opportunity to visit here, it's well worth it. It is well worth it. You could spend hours in this museum. this was cool. They had a plaque of the 6 actors that played James Bond over the years. Who was your favorite James Bond? There was a costume worn by Moneypenny from the 1983 movie Octopussy. First section of the museum covered 1962 Dr. No all the way to 1979 Moonraker. This section started with 1981 For Your Eyes Only, and it goes all through the years to 2021, the last movie, No Time to Die. It's almost hard to believe, but we have seen every single movie of James Bond. The only ones that we have not seen is 2015 Spectre and the 2021 No Time to Die. All the other ones we have seen. It was so cool knowing that these vehicles and these props are the originals from the movies. It was just so cool to see them up close and personal after seeing them in the movies. James Bond was known for the cars that he drove, and he drove some pretty nice vehicles. There's lots of Aston Martins in this museum, along with other vehicles that he was known for driving. We always loved in the James Bond movies. At the beginning, usually, they would go over all the new spy gadgets they had for him to use. We always thought that was cool. Just a little interesting side note, the 1964 movie Goldfinger was filmed about 45 minutes from where we live. A lot of it was filmed in Fort Knox, Kentucky by the Gold Vault. We also knew a lady who played in that movie. She wasn't a star, but she was an extra, so that was kind of cool. And who has a huge airplane in their collection? Well, Michael Dezerland, of course. If you're a fan of the James Bond movies, this is a museum you'll want to visit. It's very interesting to see. As we made our way out of the museum, we walked back through the bar and restaurant back into Dezerland. If you've not seen our video about the Auto Museum in Dezerland, I'll link it at the end of this video. It's a must-see for sure. To see the world's largest personal car collection, click the video that just popped up on your screen.